This is going to be a theme of this game. The Mavericks are running consecutive ball screens. I got to switch the first one. Sochan and Malachi Branham. You're asking Jeremy Sochan to go under this first one, of which he's still trying to get under, and now go over a second screen. Not going to happen. This is a layup line. Force a late contest, nobody to box out. Jeremy Sochan's going under this screen right here. Then Zach Collins has got to get up. I got to jam the screener with my body. Show your hands so Jeremy Sochan has some space to get under. I mean, you're going under with Luka Doncic. You're not touching the screener. Look at how far under you got to go. So it's just an open three. Julian Champagny and help here. Up the line, where Grant Williams is. I want this help coming right at the three-point line. You're just waiting for Luka Doncic. So now the help comes when he's in the paint. Too late. Jeremy Sochan in transition here. Just get back to the three-point line. I'm in help, but I'm going to be able to take one of these Mavericks trailers here. Devin Vassell's taking the ball. But what does Jeremy Sochan do? Go towards the ball himself, and now Devin Vassell just stops guarding the ball. So, oh, no. If you're Devin Vassell, your back's to the baseline. I'm trailing off Tim Hardaway Jr.'s hip off this down screen, and Vassell will show. You're trying to get over the down screen early. You don't guard like this with your back to the ball. Easily beat backdoor. Keldon Johnson's going to double the post right here. Immediately as he goes to double, Devin Vassell's got to just as quickly rotate to Derrick Jones Jr. I mean, you have to rotate to one pass away. Keldon Johnson's doubling. Where's Devin Vassell? Standing in the paint. Catch and shoot three. It's another theme of this screen. The Spurs are switching. So Mamuskalishvili's got to get up, level to the screener, ready to guard immediately. And then Keldon Johnson would get underneath, and we'd have some help in the middle of the floor. But Mamuskalishvili, you're standing in the paint. What kind of switch is that? You never guarded him once. It's the same thing. Cedi Osman is switching onto Luka Doncic. So I'm up, level to the screener, ready to switch. I'd have help in the middle of the floor if Keldon Johnson would get underneath the screener. But you're late to switch, and Keldon Johnson switching over the top. Open three. It's a stagger screen. If you're Jeremy Sochan, I'm going under, then over, and then Keldon Johnson needs to show. None of this happens. Jeremy Sochan goes over. Keldon Johnson's nowhere. Tim Hardaway just curls right off this, right in the lane, draw help. This is just completely embarrassing off a missed free throw. Could Zach Collins get over to Tim Hardaway Jr.? If he can't get over to Tim Hardaway Jr., what on earth is Malachi Branham and Jeremy Sochan doing standing in the absolute middle of nowhere? So off a missed free throw, it's just Tim Hardaway catch and go. If you're Malachi Branham off this switch, when you switch, just be ready to guard. Show your hands, slide your feet, defensive stance. Why is Malachi Branham switching and then immediately coming up to gamble like this and crowd Luka Doncic? Now he's easily able to turn the corner and is just mind-boggling pick and roll defense. It is not fair to the players. Why am I in drop coverage on Luka Doncic when the sideline is right there? I have backside help with Malachi Branham. I'm pushing Luka Doncic to the sideline. The second he hesitates, which will be like as soon as you hedge, because the sideline's right there, Zach Collins can bump Malachi Branham back from backside up and recover on Dwight Powell. No, let's give Luka Doncic the paint. I mean, this is disgraceful. You're Trey Jones. You're giving Luka Doncic this angle. So get up. Show your hands. Force Luka Doncic. There's all the help in the world on the weak side of the floor right here, so it makes sense. But you're not up enough. Your feet aren't level to each other. So if Luka Doncic crosses you over the other way, you're not going to be able to slide your feet. You're going to have to twist your whole body around. And you'll have no help, which is exactly what happens. Another terrible switch. If you're Devin Vassell, get up. Be ready to guard Luka Doncic immediately off the screen. Jeremy Sochan's got to get underneath. This would be a lot easier if we could just get up and force Luka Doncic to the middle of the floor where there's help, and I can just help and recover. But okay, Devin Vassell's going to play about a mile off of him. Okay, so you just let Luka Doncic get to the block. So if Zach Collins is going to double right here, what's Keldon Johnson doing? He's got to rotate to A.J. Lawson. Okay, then you'd rotate to the corner, and Zach Collins would come back to Dante Exum. So you're just going to give up a wide open three, and then watch this. No one's going to box out. Zach Collins, nobody boxes out. Vassell, Again, if Jeremy Sohan's going under here, Zach Collins got to get up. You got to jam the screener. Show your hand. So Sohan has a path to getting under here. Like, look at this. It's just taking him way too long to get under this screen. So now two people have to go towards the ball when Jeremy Sohan's going under. Wide open three. Mavericks run consecutive ball screens again. This is easily avoidable if you just ice this screen because now Derrick Jones Jr. has no place to roll to. Okay, but you want to switch. So I got to switch this first one right here. Okay, and then we're going to switch the second one. You got Jeremy Sohan going over the top, Malachi Branham switching, Zach Collins in the middle of nowhere. Is just completely laughable. The Spurs are supposed to be switching the screen. So why is Zach Collins looking for another screen? Just switch this first screen. There's only one screen getting set. So the Spurs are going to try and have Zach Collins not switch the screen and have Malachi Branham come from the paint and switch onto Luka Doncic. Not going to happen. You've got to cut Luka Doncic's dribble off at the point of the screen, okay? I have a backside defender in Malachi Branham, but he can't stay there forever. You run drop coverage here. Luka Doncic's dribble's alive for an hour. So now Malachi Branham's got to choose, do I stay with Tim Hardaway? Do I go with Derrick Jones Jr.? I mean, Devin Vassell, why are you doubling Doncic off a sideline out of bounds? Guard the inbounder. Obviously, they're just going to inbound it and have Exum cut and be wide open. In transition here, Jeremy Sohan needs to be sprinting back. It doesn't matter you're taking Doncic across half court. I got to get back so Zach Collins now can play up on Exum. Up on Exum because now I'm in help. But Zach Collins is playing off. Jeremy Sohan's not sprinting back and getting in help. And this is just a nightmare. Mavericks set a ball screen right here. You have to defend this ball screen. Again, I would switch. It's Branham and Sohan. It's a very switchable screen. The Spurs do nothing. Luka Doncic comes off the screen. Nothing happens. So he's just off the screen and open. Spurs are trapping right here, okay? So first of all, Keldon Johnson's got to make sure he's closing that area off with Luka Doncic. But Sidy Sissoko's got to come and deny Dwight Powell right here, that pass. Devin Vassell's got to be over to Jaden Hardy. I'm denying everyone one pass away. A.J. Lawson in the corner is who we're leaving. But you got nobody's denying what. Look at Dwight Powell and Jaden Hardy open. And that's going to screw up box out assignments. I guess the Spurs have given up now. They were in their stupid drop coverage. Keldon Johnson was taking Luka Doncic off a drop coverage. He was playing from over the top, but this pass gets made. I got to still guard Luka Doncic. Why does Keldon Johnson just stop and not guard Luka Doncic? Jeremy Sohan's going to get cooked by Luka Doncic because he's not showing his hands, sliding his feet. He is now, but then he's going to gamble once, gamble twice. So Trey Jones comes over to help. This obviously has to be an X-up. Blake Wesley is going to rotate up. But if you're Keldon Johnson, you're staying on Dwight Powell, okay? And then Trey Jones will end up moving you to the corner when he gets back. But, I mean, you have two people rotating to Jaden Hardy right here. There's no one boxing out now. Why is Blake Wesley going to bite on a jab step here? Trey Jones has come all the way over to help you. So just stay up. Get up and guard Luka Doncic. You have help. Why is it Luka Doncic jab steps? Why would you backpedal? You have help. Who cares? This is just lifeless pick and roll defense. First of all, again, I want to switch this first one, Blake Wesley and Sidy Sissoko, okay? So you don't do that. I can still hedge this screen right now. Jeremy Sohan can get up and move Luka Doncic. I need backside help. Now there's backside help for Dwight Powell, but you run drop coverage, so there's no backside help. This is going to be a lob every single time. Popovich has got to go. It's a disgrace.